What up, nomads? In this video, I'm gonna share my formula for packing for a weekend trip in the spring, but fitting everything into one weekend duffel bag. Nomad Lane sent me their V4 bento bag, and I wanted to give it a spin and challenge myself to pack as much as I could in this duffel bag. This bag is lightweight, easy to clean, and has comfy straps. Every bento bag comes with 2 pouches, one for tech accessories and one easy to clean PVC pouch for cosmetics, and they fit in their designated spaces in the front of the bag. Now the second thing is this bag opens like a clamshell in the middle, which not a lot of duffels do, and it makes it so easy to pack everything you need and also access everything you need once you're at your destination. There's also a designated pouch for a laptop up to a 16-inch, and just lots of nifty little features like this mesh zippered pocket, and if you take the pouches out of their designated spaces, you have even more space on the inside. Another feature I love is that this back pocket unzips to become a sleeve so you can put it over your suitcase handle. And you can use code CAPSULE10 to get 10% off your bento bag if you order one. If you're new here, every packing list that I do starts with determining the 4 parameters of my trip: weather, activities, vibe, and trip length. Trip length for this exercise is going to be 1 weekend. So for example, you leave on a Friday at noon to arrive at your destination by dinner time, and you leave Sunday late afternoon to arrive home by midnight, get a very short night's rest before going back to work on Monday morning. I know lots of people who do this regularly to save money and not use up all their vacation days in one trip. They monitor budget airlines for last-minute weekend deals and only travel with 1 bag to avoid additional baggage fees. So having a lightweight bag that fits airline restrictions for underseat storage and overhead bins, even on the smallest commercial regional jets, is key. For this length of trip, I've determined that I want to have 3 distinct looks. I could easily cut down to pretty much wearing 1 outfit and just changing my underwear and packing even less, which is what I did in my video about my 36-hour trip to Toronto, which I'll link above. But to show you just how much you can pack in this Nomad Lane bag, I'm gonna aim for as many outfits as possible. That means 2 pairs of pants, 2 tops, a sweater, and a dress, a coat, 1 pair of shoes, and 1 extra purse. If that seems like a lot, it is, but we're really going for bang for your bag here. Spring weather is finicky because not only does spring look very different from one region to another, but even within the same trip, weather can vary wildly. This can make packing light kind of tricky, but I do have a few tips and some examples to help you make smart packing choices this season. Now here's where it gets interesting. For weather and activities and vibe, I'm going to show you a variety of scenarios and some ways to tweak your choices to fit your trip. So I'm going to cover cold weather, rainy weather, and warmer weather attire. Now in terms of activities, again, a 2-day trip can mean a variety of activities depending on your interests. You could be going on a hike, it could be actually a business or networking trip, or you could just be hanging out with your friends and doing the things you would do at home, just in a different city. So we'll split the activities into a spectrum and use that to determine the vibe of the capsule. Vibe also factors in things like the destination itself, your personal style, and any dress code or expectations related to your activities. So here are a few parameters depicted in a grid. Now, how does this impact the choice of clothing? Let's go through the packing list. First, footwear. Here are 4 options you could wear depending on the activities, vibe, and weather. You could go for a ballet flat, a casual sneaker, some sort of bootie, either flat or with a slight heel, or even a rain boot, and a sporty sneaker. Then let's pick our outerwear. You could do a leather jacket, a trench coat, a raincoat, a puffy coat, and as a bonus, you could bring a little puffy vest and mix and match those for additional warmth. For the outfits, we need 1 pair of jeans, which is dealer's choice. Pick your favorite jeans. If you want to go lighter to make it more spring-like, that's great, but if you want to bring your favorite dark wash, great too. You'll also want to pack a non-jean option. So for a sporty or particularly rainy trip, I'd recommend a trouser in a technical fabric. For a fancier trip, maybe a black wool trouser. And if it's already starting to get quite warm, maybe go for a lighter fabric like these silk trousers. To keep tops simple, I would say bring 1 white one and 1 black one and a solid colored sweater. I love blue, so for this example, I'm just gonna lean into it. Now you can bring wool long sleeve shirts, you can bring a button-up shirt, you can bring t-shirts, something a little flirtier with a nice neckline. For sweaters, you could go a sweater vest if it's warm, or like a convertible sweater that turns into a turtleneck, or something thicker. For dresses, I would recommend going for a midi dress because the length will just give you more warmth. And depending on the weather, I would say go for a thicker sweater dress or a more finely knit jersey dress. Now that I've shown you different options across the whole weather spectrum, think about your trip and pick out the combinations that will suit your weather, your activities, your vibe, and just your personal style the best. Now, accessories like hats and another bag will be much easier to pick once you've determined your clothing and will allow you to add more personality and function to your looks. Now it's time to try things on. This is a step that I don't always do, but if I have time, I find it helps me feel that much more confident about the outfits that I'm putting together. It helps me imagine new combinations, layering techniques, and helps me visualize how I'll be mixing and matching the same few items on a trip. This helps if you already have a capsule wardrobe or somewhat cohesive clothes to begin with, but sometimes this experiment can also help you discover new combinations you never would have thought of. And sure, they're not always winners and you're gonna make some mistakes, but this is also part of the fun. Once you've landed on all of your picks, the next step is to pack them. The secret to lightweight one-bag travel is to wear the bulkiest clothes on travel days, so I mean the bulkiest pants, sweater, and coat. Put your wallet, phone, keys, passport, hand sanitizer, lip balm, all of that in your purse if you can get away with wearing an additional bag. Or you can also put all of that into your Nomad Lane bag, and you can even attach your keys right to the bag. Then I like to lay out everything that I'm packing. I'm very visual that way. Now I'm a fan of packing cubes, of rolling clothes, but also of folding, and I think there are different times and places and fabrics for different methods, so I like to mix and match. So I'm also packing underwear, PJs, cosmetics, tech gear, a water bottle, snacks, and entertainment. So even though I'm packing a duffel bag, which is smaller than a suitcase, I still like to use pouches and packing cubes to keep things organized, like my pajamas and my socks and underwear. I just find it easier to keep things tidy, and the nice thing about packing a mesh pouch, for example, is that if you do want to do a quick load of laundry, you can keep all of your things together, which is practical if you're staying with someone and you don't want to be sorting through everyone's laundry to find your underwear. I find the easiest way to pack this duffel is to go ahead and open it right up and open all the pouches and sections. Then I roll, fold, do a combination of both, and find the place for everything that really maximizes the space. Things like sweaters can also be compressed down, which is why I love things like this mesh section and anything that allows me to just add a little bit more compression to fit more in. Now there are limitations to this, so you're going to want to make sure that you're always checking to see if you have enough space in the other sections and that your bag isn't getting too heavy. So here I'm removing the two pouches that come with the bag, and I'm using one of these spaces for my pajama pouch. Now the cool thing about this bag is that if you do leave that pocket empty, you gain back that space in the main section. So it really is up to you how you place everything to maximize how you're organizing your duffel bag. Next, I'm gonna put in all of my tech accessories. I have a lot just because that's my main mode of work. So Typically, I'll wear my headphones around my neck when I'm traveling, especially on the airplane and in trains. And for a short trip like this, I'll just bring kind of one of everything. So one MacBook charger, one wall charger, a couple of cables, and I can typically fit all of this in there if I diligently wrap all of my cables. This is also just good cable management because you don't want to put too much tension on your cables because that's how they crack and break. So I find this Nomad Lane little pouch just the perfect size for my smaller selection of tech accessories. For longer trips, I have a little bit more. And I'm putting this one back in its designated pocket. Next, I'm going to put my laptop away. Mine is the 14-inch, but you can see that this can fit a 16-inch. Now, I'm a tech girly, but I'm also a stationary girly, so I am bringing my notebook with me. Now I'm going to close this middle section and see how much space I have left on this outside pocket. It's going to be perfect for my cosmetics. Now, the pouch that comes with this bento bag is just a bit too small for me, maybe for an overnighter, but I'm a little too vain, so I have a bit more to pack. And I'm also gonna pack a water bottle. I didn't do a great job of showing off the water bottle feature, so I'm gonna add it in post-production. But this pocket actually zips out where you can add a water bottle and zip it away when you're not using it. Lastly, the front pocket is where I'm putting things like my passport and my keys and my wallet. And there are a few more pockets inside this pocket to help you stay organized. Thanks so much for watching this video until the end. I hope this was helpful in guiding you in how to pack for your next spring trip. Don't forget to subscribe and check out Nomad Lane's Bento Bag and get 10% off by clicking on the link in my description. Thanks for watching this video until the end. For more content like this, make sure you subscribe to the Capsule Suitcase and turn on notifications so you get all the fresh content as soon as it comes out. Thanks for supporting this channel. Happy travels!